Hey, hi. In this video, I'll cover as how you can create your entire AI content generation process so that you can write in for Reddit, for LinkedIn, for Twitter, for newsletters in less than like honestly 30 minutes. This can be used is let's say for founders who have a difficulty writing LinkedIn posts, but it's all in their head, but you don't know how to write those statements, write your newsletter, write any kind of Twitter or Reddit post. You can do that at scale. For marketers who want to do it for on-brand content generation, but don't know how to do those things at scale, how to save that data. So that entire playbook is something that I built on Cursor. By the way, I use Cursor for all things marketing and also for building all my apps. So right now, what I'm going to show you is give you an entire walkthrough of all the things that I've done. And this is a super meta post because actually this post is about a post which got generated entirely by AI. So yeah, let's we'll walk you through the steps. So how we actually the current process of building this out is it takes my raw thinking. Generally, I think out loud, like I use Whisper for my speech to text. So I just like hit one key and just keep blabbering for somewhere around 15-20 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes. It depends. Whatever I have raw thinking or my own perspective on take on any particular thing, I just save that. It scrapes LinkedIn profile, newsletter, and Twitter for industry data. So there are a couple of profiles that I've already tagged. It goes through their LinkedIn profiles, pick if there is any insights related to what I wrote, and save that data inside Cursor. So it will save all the industry data inside Cursor, and it will keep using that as a history whenever it's writing any fresh content for me. And it will analyze my past LinkedIn newsletter and content for my writing patterns. And I've already uploaded all my LinkedIn posts, all my newsletter and everything here. Now it combines both the industry insights and like my writing style together. Once that is done, it will actually write the entire newsletter using that combined data for me. So yeah, then once I give a confirmation, hey, you know what? I made all the edit. I like the newsletter quality. Everything is like fine. Then it will start creating LinkedIn, Twitter threads, and Reddit posts. So I've already done that setup. So let's do a dummy one. Let's do a raw thinking input and let's see how that goes. Okay, so I think the future of marketing, by the way, I'm actually entering the input here. So you can see this for example, so that you know that I'm not blabbering in like into nothingness. So yeah, I think the future of marketing would be something that you would have one-person marketing teams in future. Like that's for sure. That is going to happen and that is very, very much possible. How that and that marketer should essentially have the knowledge and I think product marketer is the best person to be that marketer. It's just that they'll have to gain skills into other things, which means that they need to understand the product, the customer, which means the buyer, the competitor, the entire landscape. And once you know that, you need to also translate them faster into launches. Like what's the gap in the market that you want to attack at? What are the assets that you want to generate for battle card, for deep dive, for helping every deal? And then you also need to do all that demand generation hacks, the growth hacks, like how will you get customers for your process? It doesn't matter whether you do it for sales led or product led growth companies. Either way, a lot of the things will be showing your product and let your product do the talking. So marketers will have to figure out all that play and medium there. And essentially you would need an AI native marketer to do all of that. So yeah, that's the newsletter that I want to write. So yeah, this is my thinking. I think it's pretty big. And I will say that this is my thinking text. So process my thinking and let's start doing all the other workflows one after the other. Whether I want to say new thinking file. So this is my new thinking file. Use my past data, past newsletters, past all the data that you have saved, all the industry insights that you have saved inside Cursor to fine tune it more and more. By the way, it wrote marketeers. Did I say marketeers or marketeer? But anyways, I think this is fine. It will figure out inside Cursor. Okay, let's go. It's now scraping profile, which means that it will open up a new tab and do a browser automation. Now, I hope that gets recorded. Yeah, it will do a scraper and it should run a browser automation here. So let me run this. Yeah, it'll scrape, actually pick Emily's profile. I think scraping is the wrong word. What I'm trying to say is that either way, I would have gone manually and gone through all of those things and find out, okay, is there anything inspirational, copy paste, do all of that stuff, but I don't need to do that anymore. I think it's happening somewhere. Where is it? Okay, okay. Then it waited for 10 seconds and then it went to Kyle's profile. I think it's okay. Because I'm already logged in, so it's actually using my browser directly to do all of that stuff. So I'm going through Emily's profile, then I'm going through Kyle's profile. Kyle is the one who manages growth, Unhinged. He write awesome content related to PLG, GTM, all of that in general. Then I'm going through Kyle Coleman. I think I've followed Kyle for a while now. Currently, he's the global VP of marketing at ClickUp. And again, super, super great learnings from him. So I'll go through his profile as well. Interesting. So yeah, it is going through newsletters now. So it just processed the recent newsletter by Emily that she has written. And also by Growth Unhinged, I think. He wrote something related to yeah, deep research for GTM. Now let me run this again. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been like how many, 4 or 5 minutes. It went through all these profiles, got the data for me. Now it's going through my signature writing patterns. Yeah, this is generally how I write. Okay, okay. It's combining industry insights for user writing. By the way, I might really launch this or write this as my second newsletter. 1%. Oh, interesting. Why I wrote 1%? Saying 1% marketing. 1%. Oh my God. Okay. Let's, I hope it understood that I'm trying to say 1% marketing teams, not 1% marketing teams. Sometimes AI makes a lot of mistakes. But actually, the fault is mine. I should have given a better context. I gave it percent. It should have been person, not a percent. Should we go through files? I think yeah, it has already written this. This is the content seed analysis. Should I stop and suggest that it should be 1%? Okay, maybe I'll tweak that later. Once we get the output, I'll just update it. It's not 1%, it's 1%. Okay, okay. This is actually where it is writing the newsletter. Let's see. So yeah, there are plenty of use cases that you can do with this. You can you can do a lot of browser automation. I generally use it to write my own content, but I know that I can scale it to a lot of different ways. So it processed my thinking. It picked up some latest insights, writing style. Emily's new. Okay, she wrote a new post on LinkedIn. Okay, this is something that got collected today. Okay, okay. It it is based on 1% marketing team, not 1%. So can you update accordingly? Generally, there's no need of saying please, but sometimes you say it. So yeah, let's see how it is going to update that. Once I approve it, then it will start writing LinkedIn post and Twitter thread optimized for engagement. Okay. Okay. This is the newsletter that it has been so far. The future of marketing is 1% teams. Here is why PMs will dominate and the specific sales. Okay. 18 months. Oh, 100%. Yes, it is. It is, by the way. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Once I give a confirmation, it will start creating all these posts. So 18 months, the data doesn't lie. Okay. I might use this inspiration to maybe actually call out a company which has it. This for sure is the future. Okay. I think Chili Piper is a super small team, by the way. A lot of the recent teams who have shipped incredible stuff, they are hardly big organization like Superbase, Post Hog. They have very lean teams. They don't have like bunch of 20 different marketeers to do it. Okay, there's some mistake though. I want you to not just go through the recent pulled insights, but also refer to all the industry insight that is saved inside Cursor or saved inside this directory, and use that industry insight to see if there is something that can be mapped. If it can't be mapped, then don't write it. By the way, I'm doing all of this live, so you can see how it fails, what it does, what it doesn't. Yeah, I gave it a better context. And now you can also see that for those individuals, especially marketers who are obsessed with finding what do you call prompts. There's nothing called prompt. Like there's genuinely nothing called prompts. What essentially is your workflow and the context. How you share that is critical. If it's not there, then all of that is like all the other things are garbage. So don't comment in every LinkedIn post and say, yeah, I need that prompt playbook. There's nothing called playbook. Okay, it updated the point. Okay, it's actually updating it. Oh, actually, it got some information from Kyle's and yeah, both the Kyles actually wrote some context related to this. So let's see. Yeah, this is the updated. The future is a 1% teams, 5 PMs will dominate. Uploaded. Lie. Updated as lie. Oh, it didn't change. Maybe if I would be editing this, I would have removed this. I don't think this is anyways directly proportionate or directly related to what I'm going to say. Kyle's for sure. Okay, could be, but not there. Maybe I'll pick some inspiration from here, like junior McKinsey analyst on demand or something like these are some cool examples. The product knowledge, of course, customer plus competitive intelligence. I won't call it customers, actually mostly a buyer plus competitive intelligence, speed to market for sure, AI native workflow architecture like that. Yeah, this is going to be the multiplier because they only understand one piece of the puzzle. Yes, that's for sure. Understand messaging, but don't know product positioning, demands, and understand funnels, but don't know psychology. Growth marketers understand metrics, but don't know competitive. Right? That's for sure, 110%. Product marketers understand the entire system. Yeah, that's very, very true. What 1% teams are already doing. Oh, okay. This is a correlation. Okay. Good examples. Good examples. Yeah, I have done it, but although I won't uh, like talk about myself, I'll remove this. And this is a critical, essential, high impact. Okay, maybe I'll edit something here. Why this matters more than you think. Maybe so. Essentially, my job right now is to do edits and review this rather than actually write it from scratch. And all the thing that I would have done it actually took me like 5-10 minutes to do it. Now, let's say if I ask it to write LinkedIn and Twitter post, again, making sure. I think the content is nice. Now you can write LinkedIn, Twitter, and Reddit threads. Make sure that you optimize on the engagement, use all the past data, all the analysis that you have done and saved in those files to find those virality and engagement hooks. Yeah, actually, I'm saving all the analysis so it will find out. Yeah, actually, I just made a small text update. So it caught that text update. If I would have done more updates, maybe if I would have removed a paragraph or something like that, it would have understood. So now it's going through the engagement optimization data. So let's see. Okay. It found out some cool things with the recent stuff. If you would, if you're trying to understand like how these numbers or how all of this came up, because I've already saved those insights multiple times of their entire LinkedIn and Twitter and all of those posts. Actually, LinkedIn predominantly. So I have their LinkedIn post already saved. In fact, I have last like maybe 30, 40 posts of both of them. And I generally go and try to comb the latest 5 posts every time. So I have plenty of them because I was doing all of that scraping while I was testing this out. So let's go through the LinkedIn one. So this is LinkedIn. Okay. This is very provocative, but okay. Okay. Fair. Teacher won't manage a team. They will be the team. Interesting. I think that's a good hook. Maybe I'll change this. I'll make my own examples here. Did something for Twitter as well. Let's check Twitter. Okay, this is a 12 tweet thread. I think it is giving me a proper structure 10, 11, 12. Okay, I can create some extra sample tweets and Twitter threads as well. And then these are edit. So let's see how they edit. Okay, asking me to where I can actually post it, product management, startups, automation, entrepreneur. Although these are not so great places and post it on different channels, not this, maybe marketing, maybe SaaS. Okay. So yeah, essentially, yeah, this is what I've created. You can do this same setup all by yourself. All you need, even if you use my newsletter and give this as the input to Cursor and say, hey, you know what? Create this exactly that this person has created. But I wanted to go through these profiles, and these are the plays, and these are the things that I want to do. It will do it. You don't need any prompt. You can just copy paste my newsletter, or actually don't even copy paste my newsletter. Use the newsletter link, append that link and say, copy the entire flow that has been mentioned on this. I'll be anyways uploading my video on YouTube. So use the YouTube transcript and say, use this transcript to write the exact flow that the person has already mentioned. So yeah, this is the entire setup, which you can do it on your own. Let me know what do you think. Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's helpful? Do you think what are use cases that you would have done if you would have a power like this? Highly recommended request. Please start using Cursor or Cloud Code or whatever. If you're not a builder, it would be a hard time for you. It would be a hard time for you in the next upcoming months, weeks, years, whatever.